Hey gang, what's going on? Good to be with you once again. Another show-off video, as I like to call them. Always good to be back digging. I've been having some long weeks lately, and I think things are picking up at work. Plus the hot summer heat, it wears on a person. So when I can make it out to vinyl dig, it does my soul a lot of good. And so the dig, I mean, the stacks aren't that big, as you can see, but it's the quality of a record you find. So anyway, let's dive into the growing stack here. We have this one from Porcupine Tree. This is called Stupid Dream, and really cool album and a really cool addition to the Porcupine Tree collection I got going. I found this record, it was about a month ago in the record store, but there were so many things I wanted to get. I couldn't afford to get everything at once, but I still wanted this on vinyl because my store never has any Porcupine Tree records for sale, so it was a rarity. But I couldn't get it at the time I found it, like a month ago. So what I did is I took this record, which was brand new, and I hid it in, like, I think it was a classical album or something like that. And I bought things I can get, one trip at a time. So a month had gone by, and my local store was having a sale, 25% off new vinyl. And I thought, let's go see if my Porcupine Tree record's still in the classical section where I hid it. And I went in there, dug for it, and sure enough, there it was. And took it to the counter and got 25% off after putting this in hiding for like a month. There's no shame in my game, folks. That's what you gotta do sometimes to get these things going. Here's the inner sleeves for Stupid Dream. And there's the custom labels there. This is an awesome album. When I brought them home, I had these records about a week ago. I bought these a week ago, and when I brought this home, this was just such a cool listen. I have it on CD, and I have the surround sound CD. Here's record 2, the insert for record 2. I have it on CD, and it comes with a DVD to have the whole album surround sound. So that I have been listening to that the whole time. There's the custom labels. And I figured I was good on that, so it wasn't really a big rush to get this. But I'm glad I did. Once they had the sale for new vinyl, I dug this out of the classicals and paid for it, and came home, brought it, and cracked open a pint and started drinking my beer and listening to this. It was really a fun listen. This is, I don't know if you got to be in the mood for this, but it is a fun listen. This was a very interesting listen. Some good songs on here, like Even Less, Stop Swimming, Tinto Brass, Smart Kid, Stranger by the Minute, Slave Called Shiver, Don't Hate Me. Some great songs on this album, and it's a fun listen. I never rate this one as high because my favorite album is Light Bulb Sun, but with that said, this is still a damn good album on its own and deserves to be listened to. And now I'm glad I got it on vinyl. Actually, it's a fun listen on vinyl, more so than CD and surround sound. Though those sound awesome, don't get me wrong. This was such a cool listen. Really dig the music on this album, always have. Like I said, still not my favorite, but good stuff. So, Stupid Dream, Porcupine Tree. The night I brought these records home, I listened to that one first, and then I threw this one on second. Yeah, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, Electric Ladyland. I've been on the hunt for this one for a long time. Found it a few times, but just thrashed to death copies. So nice to have a good copy, a good used copy of this album. There's the gatefold, just an awesome gatefold. When you listen to Stupid Dream first and then you throw this on, these two records really go well together if you're listening to it in one big experience. It takes a while to get through both these records because they're both 2 record sets, but good stuff on here. It's a classic album, Voodoo Child, All Along the Watchtower, Crosstown Traffic is really badass. Little Miss Strange was cool. I mean, this is just such a great album. It comes with the original inner sleeves, and it is on the reprise or reprise label, however you say that. The Jimmy collection's getting bigger, folks, and this was a great addition to that. It just feels so good to have a good copy of this. I mean, a little bit of ring wear on the front and the back, but records were so clean, and it sounded fantastic on here, on my stereo. Really dug it. So, yeah, so this Electric Ladyland is such a big addition to my vinyl collection. I listened to this twice already, along with the other records, and man, this is just a great listen. I mean, I never really listened to Jimmy that much. I liked his music, of course, but until I became a vinyl collector, started hunting his records down. I mean, Jimmy sounds amazing on vinyl. And I'm just digging collecting his stuff, especially this one. I was after this one for a while. And finding a good used copy of this record is really tough to do. So I got lucky, covers in good condition, records are clean, and there's no scratches, a little bit of hiss and pops on there, but that's fine. Good album, great album, classic. Dig it to death. All right, here's another record that I didn't need, but bought it anyway. It's the Power Station's debut album. I have 2 copies of this already. My used copy I've had forever, and I found a sealed copy of it. So why go after this copy? It makes no sense. Well, this one's kind of special. This is a very special edition of this album. Needless to say, it's a gold stamp promo. But that's not why I got this. And it's hard to get it out of this plastic sleeve. Plastic sleeve, of course, bears the name of the group. And it lines up with that when you put the record inside the plastic, so really cool. And of course, just the album as we have always seen it. It is a gold stamp promo. Again, that's not why I got it, because it comes with some extra surprises. Because it's a promotional copy only, it comes with these cards. It comes with these cards here. There's I think there's 4 of them. Yeah, there's 4 of these cards that came with the record, as you can see here. And what these cards are, this one tells the story of the Power Station, how the 2 members of Duran Duran put it together, got Tony Thompson on drums, and ultimately got Robert Palmer on vocals, and formed this group and wrote this record. So it tells the whole story of the band in this card. This card is just individual bios of each band member and their pictures. Tells something about each person in the band. Really cool. This card is full of quotes from each band member after being asked specific questions about the beginning of the band. Real interesting stuff there. So really cool to have found that. I'll try to read one of them. This is from Andy Taylor. The question asked, "Why did you do the Power Station?" His answer was, "John and I are very serious about what we do, and we just didn't do the Power Station to prove that. It was something that we wanted to do under no constraint, with some rather good guidance from Robert, Bernard, and Tony." So really, that's just Andy Taylor. I mean, it's a whole sheet full of quotes from each band member. Really nice. And the last one is just album credits and names of the songs, copyright information, blah, 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 blah. So those cards. And it also came with 2 promotional pictures of the Power Station. So there we go. And there's that one there. So pretty cool package. I saw that and I thought, because I'm a huge fan of this album. It came out in '85. It was one of my favorite records in 1985. And it still, to this day, blows me away. I think I like this more than pretty much the Duran Duran albums. So those are fantastic as well. But nothing tops Power Station. And that's just how it is. And to find that copy of the Power Station's first record was just badass. And this one I also forgot to show the record itself. Yeah, I think this is 180 gram vinyl or so, because it is so much thicker than my regular copy of the record. Print on a lot thicker vinyl, which has to be 180 gram. And I was wondering, I wonder if it's going to make it sound that much better. I put it on the turntable, listened to it, and there is some improvement, sound quality on this album compared to my regular US pressing of it. It does sound better. So, Power Station debut album with a special promotional edition with the 4 cards and the 2 pictures and 180 gram vinyl. Oh man, it sounds fantastic. So that was a big find for me personally. In my last video, I was showing a live record from Deep Purple. I enjoyed that live record so much, I went out and bought this album, which is called Perfect Strangers from Deep Purple. Just a great album. A fun listen. All of side 1 just really sounded good on here, and of course the song Perfect Strangers, really good. Here's the original insert. Not bad, and it is on Mercury, no big deal there. Really fun listen this album was. Found a good copy of it, and music just kicks ass on here, so little by little, building the Deep Purple collection, and this is the first studio album I've found so far. And I found a best of compilation. It's called Deepest Purple, the very best of Deep Purple. And much like the live album, has the songs that you want to hear. There's Woman from Tokyo, Strange Kind of Woman, and Speed King, Fireball, Highway Star, Space Trucking, Smoke on the Water. And it's a best of compilation. It's on the Warner Brothers label. You can see there. Pretty fun listen. My only complaint about this album is the levels are really low, so you really got to crank it up to get any volume out of it. But music is kick-ass, and it was an enjoyable listen. I'll throw it on a few more times. I wouldn't say I'm going to listen to it a ton of times, but this was a fun listen. So two new albums and then my Deep Purple collection. Just getting started. Alright, next one up is from a instrumental band called Brand X. This is called Livestock. I have the other 2 Brand X albums, which is Unorthodox Behavior and More Rock and Roll. Obviously I like it because Phil Collins is the drummer on this album, and this is a live recording, so Phil drums on these songs with the exception of 2 songs, and the other drummer's name is Kenwood Denard. So really cool album, some great instrumentals. The last song on here is really good on side 2, just a badass song. Some really cool instrumentals and some really impressive jazz fusion drumming, I guess you could say, rock fusion drumming from Phil Collins, something you're not used to hearing from him because you're so used to his solo albums and Genesis. This is get to hear a different side of the guy's playing, really. And I remember looking at interviews from Phil Collins, reflecting back on during these years with Brand X. He said he loved being in this band because it was music with a groove, and Genesis is not a very groove-heavy band. So he said at the time he loved playing with Brand X. He would have loved to have left Genesis and just did this full time, but Brand X really wasn't offering him much. And let's face it, Genesis is where the money is. So he stayed with Genesis. Only did a few albums with Brand X. I think this might have been his last one. I'm not really sure. But me personally, I'm glad he stuck with Genesis because the best was yet to come. I think this came out in 1977, early 78, I believe. Really good live album. Really dug this. Got to give this more listens. Well, that's more or less it for the stack of vinyl I got this haul. I did get this record for free. A little shop in Sacramento I shop at. I managed to pull a few records out of there just as he was closing. He has a display outside he was bringing inside. I go out there, I look at it, I see this. I'm like, oh, I didn't even see this. It's like I was gonna give him a buck, like, here, let me give you $1 for this. And he goes, just take it. I don't care about that album. So I got one free record out of one haul. It's Bad Company's Dangerous Age. It's a gold stamp promo. It has the original hype stick, which is starting to fade. And it is on the Atlantic label. So there we go. This is the more late 80s lineup with a different lead singer. I believe his name was Brian Howe. Love this album though. I always have. I had a copy of this already, but it was badly scratched. This one is a lot cleaner, plays a lot better. It has a song One Night, Shake It Up, No Smoke Without a Fire, Bad Man, Dirty Boy. This is a fun album, and I always liked the way Brian Howe sings. Loved his voice, loved him in Bad Company, though everybody prefers the classic lineup with Paul Rogers singing, but this was good too. And real happy to have scored a cleaner copy of this album. Every time I find this album, the record's always badly scratched. So I hit pay dirt this time and got it for free, I guess. The shop owner figures I made enough money off this guy, might as well kick him down something free, so he gave me this. Alright, that's going to do it, folks. That was my vinyl haul for this video. I've been taking some time off from the band that I play in, and so I haven't really been doing any live shows. I think the last live show I did was like July 11th, and that was a fun show, but I've been kind of kicking my feet up ever since. I'm going on a month without doing any shows or rehearsing my band. I think it might be time to get back to it, but I've been enjoying the time off. I've just been resting. And the kit's been put away, and it's resting as well. Sometimes you just need a little time to yourself just to kick your feet up and recharge your batteries, I guess. Anyway, that's going to do it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the records I showed, and I'll see you at the next one. Later, guys.